Welcome back to Bash Bros in episode 46 of Notorious Pro Wrestling, the TEW Let's Play series where we find out what exactly would happen if Conor McGregor started his own wrestling promotion. We are trucking along into the new year and ramping up to the first pay-per-view of 2022, We Rise. Last time you were here was last week, and this is what the show looked like. We had a 57 rated show, slightly let down by the fact there's no Conor McGregor promo. Dynasty versus the NIC was solid with a 47. The Fatal 4-Way women's match was a 48, which is not bad. And then the main event, Austin Ace versus Jonathan Gresham, got a 59. Even though both men had bad chemistry with each other, they still scored a 59, which is pretty good. So overall, I would say happy with how last week went, and it was a good solid start to 2022. The P12 is still ongoing, and this is how the current standings are. Only people who have wrestled so far in Block A are Carlos Romo and Chris Hero, with Hero having 3 points. In Block B, then, the only people who have wrestled so far are Ace Austin and Jonathan Gresham, with Ace getting the win and also the 3 points there. Nothing really to discuss in terms of our own company. A lot of the contracts that have come up for negotiation or expired have been and gone, and I've discussed them in previous episodes. World news though, nothing much to discuss other than one piece of news that Natalya Neidhart is retiring. So she actually was released from WWE back in September of last year, and I actually was considering bringing her in as a manager for Dynasty. Obviously with the Neidhart name and all that, she fits in perfectly with them. But her charisma and microphone and acting skills are not particularly good. Tessa is far better than her in all those aspects, so I kind of just left it. Now that she's retiring as a wrestler, I imagine she will stay on as a manager. Another possibility of bringing her in is actually as a road agent. Although she is not highlighted as one currently, she has very strong psychology, very high respect, and very, 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 very good experience. So absolutely, she'd be a fantastic road agent if she decides to go down that route. If we're bringing her as a road agent, there's no harm in us putting her as a manager for the Dynasty guys. But right now, it's not really at the forefront of my mind. And just another little side note there, as I saw Rob Lynch, who we recently let go, is now working for Progress. So good for Rob. Happy he got work elsewhere. Alright, all the news aside, all the previous shows aside, there really isn't much else to talk about. So let's get into it, shall we? And book the show. Okay, and we are back. What is there to tell you about this booking session? To him and have out which segments we're going to be on the main show and which we're going to be in the pre-show. I'm hoping once we get to small size I can maybe increase the time to an hour and a half, and I won't have to make sacrifices. But at the end of the day, one of the angles has Conor McGregor doing talking on it, and Conor McGregor talk good, so I kind of went with Conor McGregor over Maki Ito, although Maki is absolutely no slouch on the mic. Okay, so let's start the show. Backstage, Grado comes up to the Joshi wrestlers and would like an answer to whether or not they would like to join the Grado Talent Agency. However, the Barbed Wire Dolls, Mary and Marley, get in Grado's face about him interfering or distracting them in the match last week, leading to a big row between the Joshi wrestlers Maki and Riho and the Barbed Wire Dolls, leading to a match between Maki and Marley Quinn tonight. 63 segment, Maki Ito looked very good. I've been letting her go without a script, and she's been nailing it every time, getting usually above 60, so that's always awesome to see. Next up, in a pre-show match, Tessa Blanchard defeated Angel Hayes in 14:36 with a pile driver. Angel had a 19. Fuck. Okay. And Tessa had a 54. Thank fuck I put this on the pre-show. I mean, overall the match is not bad, but 19 Angel, and Angel debuted her fan favorite. Obviously, Angel is kind of going to be our face female division, women's division jobber going forward. But 19, oh boy. On to the main show, and a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Maki Ito defeated Mad Marley Quinn in 15:24 with a DDT. Marley obtained a fractured skull. Holy fuck. Oh, that's not good. Okay, moving on. Maki Ito had an in-ring of 53 and Mad Marley had a 49. Bunch of bonuses for Maki. 39 segment. I mean, yeah, with the broken skull, you might have a slight issue there. Fucking hell. I mean, it looks like they probably would have got roughly a 50, give or take, if Marley Quinn's head hadn't exploded. Was it a botch or did it just happen? It doesn't appear to have been a botch, it was just a freak accident. Wow, we'll have to look at that after the show. Damn. Okay, in a freestyle segment, Connor tells Lycos yeah, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by by being able to see Marley Quinn's brains. It's backstage, Conor McGregor informs Lycos Jim that they will be in a hardcore match at the pay-per-view. There's no escaping this time against Aussie Open. 82 segment because Conor talk good. Then in a match that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Aussie Open defeated the Filthy Generation in 15 minutes when Kyle Fletcher pinned Aspen Faith after the fidget spinner. So Kyle got a 56, Mark got a 55, Aspen got a 46, and Stevie had a 45. Mark Davis was off his game, still got a 55, which is not bad, or which is very good. This is obviously Filthy Generation 2.0, as Lewis Garvin is out with a broken leg. But 51 rated match is not bad. Then in the main event, an exceptional match. Jay Lethal defeated Kenny Williams in 20 minutes with a flying elbow drop. Jay had a 62 and Kenny had a 50. Jay really... That's a bit disappointing for Kenny compared to where he has been recently, but Jay dragged a hell of a match out of him, pulling him up to a 60. So post-match we find the Pentagon? Post-match we find out that Pentagon and Co have been watching, say, maybe from the rafters or, you know, somewhere. And Easton Reese has found them and gets in the face of Pentagon, leading to a bit of a ruckus and a shoving match. And during this shoving match, the title belt is knocked from Jake Roberts' hand. 55 segment, which is not bad. Gotta build up to that pay-per-view main event by pushing and pulling with a title, you know. The old Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar booking. 61 rated show. Very, very good main event from Lethal and Williams. And Conor McGregor promo, which helped a lot. So some of the news then coming out of the tapings. So Karrion Kross in this universe staying with WWE. He in real life was released in the last bunch of the many WWE releases in 2021, but in game, in the Notorious universe, he is staying. And also Montez Ford looks like he's resigning. Obviously, last episode we talked about how he cheated on Bianca Belair with Mandy Rose. I thought maybe that might put his contract in jeopardy, but it turns out he will be kept on. I am still curious though to see if Bianca or Mandy Rose is kept on. So, a little bit of news then. So, Sugar Dunkerton has left MPW. I think I did discuss that previously. I wasn't going to renew his contract. He'd just been on the pre-show a bunch of times and not done much else. So, yes, he has moved on. And, of course, the injury for Mad Marley Quinn. Now, let's see how long she is out for. A year! Oh my god, she's out for a year. No. Fuck. That hurts. Oh, that hurts. Right. So that has put one of our pay-per-view matches in jeopardy. So we were going to have the Barbed Wire Dolls versus the Joshi Wrestlers, Maki and Riho. That's not happening now. Oh, Marley, frig me. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Okay. Wow. I mean, like, I think like for like the first year, most of the first year, I think we had one major injury, which was Rich Swann. And now, in like the space of 3 weeks, we've had Kayla Ray, Lewis Gervin, and now Mad Marley Quinn. Sean Waltman was injured, brought him in, but he's sitting at a desk. He's not going to do much else. But goddamn. I think probably what I'll do is I'll do the reverse match at the pay-per-view now instead. So I'll have Mary Dobson versus Riho. But yes, that is it for another week. If you have enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more NPW and other shows that we do produce on Bash Bros, such as On the Fence, Game Club, Alex's A to Z, and more 4Play series. If you have any idea for future rivalries, storylines, stables, tag teams, you name it, put it in the comments and I'll try and book it for you. And with all that being said, I will see you next time on Bash Bros.